Senate passes law, silver stacking days are now over. A new law starting August 1st is causing panic in the streets. The system of democracy that you took for granted has been changed, and you have 4 weeks to accept this frightening reality. I'm going to show what is starting August 1st. Stacking silver was always a poor man's game, but now it is for the rich. This is from Reuters, and the headline reads, Delaware law allows big investors greater sway over U.S. corporate boards. Think about your vision of a corporate board of investors. Think about a group of men, yes, they typically are men, and these men are working through heated debate to solve the problems that every corporation will experience. That is what we'd all imagine happens in a board meeting. Those days are over. Thanks to Elon Musk and his cronies of the wealthy elite, a new law just passed that will change the way business is done. This will give more power to these select few on top and leave the rest of us scraping our pennies together to afford a few tiny rounds of silver. Check this out. This article says, Delaware is poised to adopt changes to see its widely used corporate law that critics argue could weaken U.S. boards of directors in favor of influential investors such as private equity firms. State lawmakers last week approved a bill that gives a corporation the authority to enter into contracts with one or more shareholders that give the investors power over key board decisions. That means one or two people on the board can deny everyone else's opinion. The article says the approval followed an unusually contentious debate that included warnings from state judges and academics who said legislators were rushing ahead without understanding the potential impact. The bill comes at a difficult moment for the court, which has been criticized repeatedly by Tesla CEO Elon Musk for voiding his compensation and by politicians for allegedly emphasizing social issues above investment returns. The bill enshrines a common practice known as stockholder agreements that a court ruling called into question. Now, what happened was Travis Laster, he's a court chancery judge, and in February, he invalidated a stockholder agreement that gave Ken Moelis veto power over nearly every single decision by the board of this company, Moelis & Company. This guy, Ken Moelis, he basically wanted to be Mr. Potter from It's a Wonderful Life. Remember that character? Potter's not supposed to have final say over the board. The board is supposed to collaborate and come to their own conclusions. But this guy Moelis, in real life, he wants to be Potter. And now this new law allows him to be Mr. Potter. One person can have the ultimate say over a corporate board. And we, as silver stackers, we as a community who are always distrustful of people on top, we're distrustful of this wealthy elite taking control of everything. This is one of those times where they are taking control of everything. Look at this. This article says the directors only manage the company to the extent that this guy, Ken Moelis, gives them permission to do so. This is what Laster wrote. And Laster said the agreement violated a bedrock principle of Delaware law that directors manage the business using their best judgment for the benefit of all investors. Critics argue the agreements can be adopted without public shareholder approval or consent. If you're enjoying this video, please hit like, please hit subscribe. It really helps to get this information out there. The entire point for many of us, the point of silver stacking is to put control of our wealth into our hands. That's why we stack this metal. That's why we swap our fiat currency into a wealth that we can hold. We want to have control of our wealth and therefore our future. And we are losing control. We are losing the control that we thought we had. When one person can legally have the authority to overrule a corporate board, then we've lost a key feature of our democracy. And yes, this will absolutely impact the commodities market and the price of silver and gold that we are working so hard to accumulate. Bullion companies are private entities with the same corporate boards that are affected by this new law.